am live. Hold on. My hair's a mess as usual. Thank you for coming in, hanging out today. Appreciate it. Hello. I'll wait a few minutes and see if I get anybody up in here. My hair is just a mess. I'm getting new hair coming in. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's like real frizzy and it's coming out. I'm like, oh God, it's driving me crazy. I need a haircut. That's what's going on in my neck of the woods. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming in. And like I said, I'm waiting just a few more minutes. See if I can get some people up in here. Oh, good Lord. Oh, it's been a heck of a day. Need to dye my hair really badly. I woke up this morning and I found a tick on me, and it scared the living bejeebas out of me. And so now I'm just kind of watching. I pulled it out, so I'm just kind of watching to make sure that nothing bad happens. I haven't got the results of my test yet. I'm still waiting on that. 99% sure that insurance issue that I had yesterday is going to come out of my check at the end of this week, so I'm not really happy about that. What else? Not a whole lot going on. Okay, you probably can hear me better now. If you're here, please give me a thumbs up, or at least let me know that you're here. You're just like lingering. So I wanted to talk a little bit about not just evil people, but just people in general. Have you guys ever noticed? Have you guys ever noticed that people like conform really easily, and like, I hate to use the word sheep. Sheep is not really the word I wanted to go for, but I guess I can use sheep. People just follow whoever, and they don't necessarily know what is going on. They just band together whether they hear the truth or not. They just like... Anyway, so I had been following... The reason why I came across this information, or that I was even talking about it, is the fact that I scrolled across this woman on Instagram, and hey, how are you? Thanks for coming in. I came across this woman on Instagram, and this is like a really good scenario, I guess you would say, of what she had been going through. But she got involved with this guy, and she didn't know he was married. And then after a while, once she figured it out or whatever, she told his wife. She found out and told his wife. This guy is a police officer. And then thereafter, his wife and him started like harassing her. They harassed her online, and now she like thinks that because that guy was a police officer and worked in law enforcement or whatever, thinks that, they're following her, like in unmarked vehicles and stuff like that. It's a really interesting Instagram channel to figure out, like, at first I thought she was lying or possibly psychotic. I mean, there are cases out there where people are schizophrenic and they like see things, or they feel extra paranoid, that people are following them or something like that. So at first I was like, yeah, right. So I actually listened to her a little bit longer. She actually had legitimate reasons as to why she felt the way she did. And she used to be a psychologist. And she had to quit her job because she is disabled. She had something going on with herself. So, and then she has tried to leave the country and whatever, and they had kept her from leaving the country. There was just like little things. Anyway, I was showing my husband all this information and like showing him like what she was saying and whatnot. And he's like, oh yeah, she's probably, you know, there's probably something wrong with her, or, you know, or something like that. But I just felt like I believed her story, you know, because people are just absolutely nuts. So I kind of believed her story. I don't know. Have you ever fall victim of something like that, or just in general, where, you know, you have a group of people who constantly say things and do things behind your back, and you just don't say anything, you just let it go, and then, you know, and now no one wants to talk to you or bother with you, or yeah. Have you ever been in that kind of scenario? Yeah. Those are the kind of people that you definitely want to stay away from, that have some kind of issues, mental issues. And so I just completely try to avoid any kind of interaction. If somebody tells me something about somebody else, I usually like to try and figure it out on my own. I don't go by their opinion. I try to figure it out on my own. But thank you guys for coming in. How are you? Jace, this is the first time I've seen you in here. If you are new to the channel, please hit the thumbs up and stuff. And just let me know that you are here. I appreciate it. But those kind of people are just crazy. I just don't understand it. And I felt really bad for this woman. I just feel like maybe there has been scenarios like that where people, you know, go off the deep end and stuff. So it just kind of freaked me out a little bit. I felt bad for this girl. Still, oh, wait, I got a person. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. So I know this is a really weird hour typically, for Wide Family Farm especially. I just haven't been able to go live on the computer. So I'm doing lives from my phone. So I appreciate you guys for supporting the channel and giving me a thumbs up and everything else. So yesterday I said that I was going to go out into the garden because it was such a beautiful day. By the way, it says the outdoor temperature is 87 degrees here in Ohio. It's supposed to rain a little bit later, so hopefully it won't rain that much that I can actually get out in the garden, because every time I feel like I have some time to myself, somebody feels the need to come and monopolize my time. I don't think that's fair that people do that. Like I don't know. I am like, I would say 70% stay-at-home mom, and, you know, and then I work the rest of the time. So I think people, because I don't work as much, people think I just have like all the time in the world to do whatever, and that's not the case. So yesterday I didn't get a chance to go out in the garden like I wanted to and pick weeds and plant those carrots that I wanted to do. So hopefully I can get them in here now, and it's supposed to rain this afternoon. So if I go home and do it, I think I'll like, it'll be enough time, or whatever. I don't know. Hopefully it's not going to rain. I'm looking at the sky right now and it doesn't look pleasant. 4 people in the house. Please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. So there are some things that I want to plant in the garden, and flowers and all different kinds of stuff. So I definitely want to get that going. I know our last frost date, they said it was April 30th. It's typically May 8th. So I didn't quite trust that yet at all. So I wasn't really wanting to put anything out there yet, but I think we're pretty safe. The weather has been overly warm. So I think I'll be safe. All right. 4 people watching and nobody's commenting. That's really creepy. So, thank you all for coming in. Oh, I got 1 now. What else? What else? I've just been super busy. And yesterday, my mom insisted that I drive her to the car wash because she hates those car washes that you like drive in and they have like a belt, so she's always afraid she's gonna miss that. So I had to like drive her to the car wash and made sure that she was on that belt and so she could get her car washed. So I was doing other things besides being in the garden like I wanted to. Hey, Garden State So-and-so, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Sorry, changing my hand here. Yeah, so things have just been absolutely crazy. And I'm not quite prepared for it. I'm not a person to take care of everybody, and that's kind of feel like that's what I've been doing. Especially with taking care of my mom. Yeah. So anything that you guys, okay, anybody in here in 6B at all? Curious about that, if you got anything planted. I see a lot of people planting things online and, you know, flowers, and some people even in 7B have full-on tomatoes and vegetables and stuff already, and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I don't know, time warp or something. I don't even have any of my stuff in the ground yet. Hopefully I can get it in the ground and it will be okay. I don't know, the years before and years past, I've had to go and buy something to cover my plants with, so it's been kind of frustrating in years past. So that's why we're kind of waiting as long as we can before we put anything in the ground. But I have a lovely array of flowers and stuff that I'm going to plant this year. And, you know, there's a couple things that didn't come back from the year before, and I had planted some columbine, and that never came back. You know what really, really irritates me, though, is those damn lilies. I don't like those orange, they call them ditch lilies, or I think they're actually called corn lily. Cannot stand those things, and they take over everywhere. And they're very hard to kill, and I have a lot of them popping up, and I don't know how to get rid of them. It's from somebody else planting them. Yes, Garden State So-and-so. Yes. It's... I just gotta, like... My mom, I'm not really taking care of her per se. Like, I'm not taking care of her in that sense. But, like, there's little things. Like, yesterday, she came over, and I don't know what's going on with her phone, but she can never figure out her cell phone, ever. And she came over, and maybe over the weekend or whatever, she had popped this app up on her phone or something, and it was, like, a game. And I'm like, Mom, do you play games? I'm like, where did this even come from? And she's like, no, I don't play games at all. But I remember her in the past saying something that she plays games on her phone. Well, I go to look at it and I can't exit out of it. I'm immediately thinking that it's a virus or something. I'm like, I can't exit out of this. I don't really know what's going on. And she has like one of those really, she has a really antiquated, like Android phone, specific for older people or whatever. So I'm like, I don't know, Mom. I'm like, she's like, I'm going to take it to the phone place. I'm like, well, don't do that. I'm like, I'll figure it out. So I played around on her phone and I got to exit it out. But what I think she's doing is she doesn't quite understand the internet and she don't understand anything like that. So she occasionally gets on Google. She doesn't type anything in, she just does it by voice. And she occasionally gets on Google. And when she does that, I think she leaves the app open or leaves it open, and it's just clicking on a bunch of stuff. She'll put it in her purse or whatever. So I think it's just getting a bunch of crap pulled up because she's not paying attention. She's not locking her phone. She's just shoving it in her purse, and it's just like popping up random stuff. So, yeah. That's just one issue. The other issue is we have multiple issues with our television all the time. It's just little things like that. Or her car, or, or whatever. And like, I don't know. So I feel like I'm always doing something or helping her out do this or that, or, constantly. It's okay. I mean, I don't mind, but like yesterday, I really wanted to get in the garden. There was multiple things that I needed to do, including cleaning my house, that I just couldn't do. By the time I got home, I was so exhausted, because I've been dealing with a lot of extra stuff on the side, like biopsy stuff, and just like kind of mentally exhausted. So anyway, my mom just does not understand tech. I keep nudging her to get another phone because the phone that she has is so complicated. It's complicated, and I don't know what happens, like, or if it's every month or every once in a while or what goes on, but it seems like her phone doesn't update, and when it doesn't update, it screws everything up that I had like set up for her. Like, it rearranges stuff. And it kind of really irritates me because it seems like every time I get into her phone to do something, there's something missing, or something's not right, or the ringer's all the way down and she wouldn't be able to hear it, and she don't know how to fix that, and and stuff like that. My mom has no idea. She don't know anything about technology or anything like that. So it's just kind of frustrating sometimes. Specifically when she has issues with her television. She can't turn on the television right or whatever. So anyway, just very, very frustrating. So I hope you all are having a really great day. And like I said, it's 87 degrees here in Ohio, and it's what I have been waiting for. I think a lot of people have. It's just like this winter has just lasted forever. Exactly. I can definitely relate. That's how it was with taking care of my parents. Yeah. Well, my dad was always the tech guy. He always had the new fandangled equipment and computers, and my dad was always very much into that. And he could operate his phone with no problem. But my mom, she hates computers. She was never into that, and she just doesn't know how to operate stuff, And I was just talking to her the other day. I don't know if you guys remember the Cash for Clunkers. It was years ago. I want to say, I don't know when that was, to be quite honest. 2008-ish, maybe, I think. Anyway, they had a really nice, really old F-250 pickup truck that was my great uncle's. And it was nice, but it was older. It was like 1980 truck, something like that. So they turned it in for Cash for Clunkers, and they used part of that money to buy a brand new, at the time, it was brand new, Ford Focus. They bought a brand new car. And so my mom really, honestly, she paid cash for the car because with everything, and it totaled out, and she got good money for the car. So the car is older. It's antiquated. Okay. It has, just whatever. I think right now, if she were to buy a new vehicle, she wouldn't be able to drive it because I have all this stuff in my car. And by the way, I don't have to put a key in. It's all like push the button kind of thing. I honestly, she wouldn't even be able to turn on the radio. I don't think that she would be able to drive a new vehicle. So eventually she's going to need a new vehicle. And I don't know what she's going to do. Yeah, so it's just kind of frustrating. And yeah, so my mom was talking about retiring. And I was like, oh no, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I mean, I love my mom and I like being around my mom, but if she retires, she's going to either constantly be over or constantly calling me for stuff, and I'm just gonna feel bad. Hello, hello, Howie. Thank you for coming in. How is everything over there, and how much stuff do you even have stuff planted? You probably don't have a whole lot planted. I am working on my food forest. It's a work in progress. Every time I look at it, it's a work in progress. I got a lot of stuff going on in there. And this year is not going to be a big apple year. I thought it was going to be a big change your number and move. I wish. No, we're never moving. And I live next door to my mom, so that makes it kind of worse. I don't mind. It's full circle, like taking care of your parents. They took care of you. And it's what a child is supposed to do. I just also need my time as well. And I feel like I don't get that. No, make a biochar. Awesome. Awesome. I'm very pleased with biochar. I'm really pleased with what is done to my beds. I did the raw milk, or not raw milk, not raw milk, spoiled milk. Did spoiled milk in the garden beds last year, because my son doesn't really drink a whole gallon, so we'll buy a whole gallon, and then like halfway through, it expires before he can even drink it all. So I'll use that and fill the rest with water, and I've been pouring that in the garden bed. And then the biochar and organic fertilizers and rabbit poop and everything else we've been putting in there, that soil was black. It was just beautiful, dark soil. I was so happy. Yes, it is. I have a cord ready to go. Nice. But yeah, so I'm really pleased. I put a video out. It's a short, and it has like 3,000 views, which I was pretty excited about the soil. And it took about a year to get it to that point. And then before that, the soil was okay. It wasn't like fabulous or anything, but once we started doing stuff to it, yeah, it has this beautiful, rich, black soil, and I'm excited about planting stuff in it. Yeah, I was excited about it, for sure. I really didn't expect something about the soil to really skyrocket in that department. So when I made the video, I mean, I talk about biochar a little bit, but I didn't really think that it was worth 3,000 views, but whatever floats people's boats. It's finally getting warmer at night here, but we'll be in the high 40s overnight this weekend. Hopefully that will be the end of the 40s. Yeah, let's hope. Yes. Yeah, you're right, Howie. Yeah, I'm hoping that's the end of the 40s. I really don't want to be cold anymore, but I don't want to be really hot either. I don't want to deal with that. But every time I think, oh man, I'm really hot, I could be really freezing. So maybe I won't complain. I don't know. But it's just been nuts. Making soil is the best adventure you will ever do. Yep. I try to make soil all the time, every year, in my food forest. I stack up all the sticks, put them in there, the leaves. I try to make sure that, it gets everything that it needs over there. And yeah. So I had just posted, I don't know, did I just post it? I posted on Facebook, I think, about how, you know, basically weed killer is like really doing a number on the soil and gardens and whatnot. And I just saw my neighbor have, like, when did I watch? I watched the Common, is it Common Sense? No. Anyway, that video, I can't think of the name right now. So I watched it because they had it on Amazon for free. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch this. And they were talking on there. There was this guy who worked at a school, and he used the weed killer all the time, but he had a big sprayer that he sprayed the lawns and stuff with and whatever and whatnot. And he ended up getting cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, I think is what it was. And he ended up getting cancer. He ended up suing the company, and I believe that he won. So anyway, it was on there, and I was just thinking about that. And then the next day, my neighbor is out there with one of those backpacks on, and he's like spraying his driveway and stuff with it. And I was just like, oh man, like I really hope. Common Ground. Thank you. Couldn't think of it. That's what I watched. My brain is scattered. Sorry. And I was just like, man, I'm like, he was using that, and I just hate that. I hate to see it. Hate to see it. Make soil in layers every day here, and I can export the soil, and it's good money. Nice. Nice. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen Common Ground, it is on Amazon, and it's actually really good. Oh, yours is too? Your neighbor is too? I don't think any can spray on my food forest because my food forest is over there. I don't think any of it can be on my food forest. So I do worry about that when he does spray, if it's a windy day or something like that. But I don't think it can reach that far. But I saw him with a backpack on, and it was like, oh, come on, man. Yo, your mind is scattered too. Watch my lunch break on YouTube. Yeah, my brain is scattered, and I can't remember the names of things, and I'm all over the place, so excuse me. Never really know what is going on here. There's a bunch of kids outside walking around. So when I saw that, it just reminded me of that guy. And there was other things in that movie that just like really just kind of like struck me as, why aren't we doing this? And there was like other things too, like I felt so bad. There was one guy who is doing the regenerative farming, and he ended up coming down with lymphoma, and the kind he had, the doctors gave him 5 years to live. And it was just really sad. It was really, really sad. But you definitely have to watch that movie. It gets you motivated to do good things. So if you get a chance, it's Common Ground on Amazon right now. So, oh, okay. Thank you for stopping. I appreciate it, Howie. Thank you very much. You know, who has impressed me? Um, the person that has impressed me a lot is Woody Harrelson. Used to kind of think he was like a creepo, but you don't really know. I mean, you don't really know. I mean, you don't really know their lives. So you only hear what you read and whether or not that's true or not. So I guess I shouldn't judge him so harshly. But I was just like really impressed by him and the stuff he says and does. And um, he just really has an open mind about that kind of thing. So it was really nice that he was kind of the narrator of the movie um, and whatnot. Now I know this movie came out a long time ago, and we talked about it constantly on Grow Big TV, but I didn't get the opportunity at the time to watch it. So um, I know we promoted it a lot, and then we also interviewed the director or the producer of the movie and stuff like that. So it was just really, the movie was just really, really interesting, and I was really, really impressed um, with everyone in the movie and what they were doing, and um, it was just really cool. So if you get a chance, watch it. But thank you guys for coming in. Please make sure you are giving me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Alrighty. What time is it? Oh, 4 people in the house. Please make sure you give me a thumbs up. My life has just changed a lot over the past couple years, particularly. I've just became busier, so my presence online is really slim to none. I do try to put out videos and stuff like that and different things. I'm kind of more of an artistic person, so you might see pictures that I've taken or pictures of flowers that I've taken. You might see more of that kind of thing. And I really love to garden, but I love art, so you might see more of that from me in the next few months. It is so windy right now. My car is shaking. That's scary. All right, guys, I have been live for 32 minutes. I am going to go ahead and get off of here because there is some things I have to do. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with me. I'm sorry if it wasn't as fun as normal. Hopefully I will have some more information about what I'm planting, and I'll put some more videos out there. Yeah, the wind today is like shaking my car. It's really crazy. It's kind of scary. Hopefully we don't get a huge storm tonight and it like wrecks everything. So we will see you tomorrow. I hopefully will be live tomorrow, same time, between the hours of 1 and 2. And we will see you all then. You have a great day.